can't believe it's already the end of February. January always seems to slog on forever, but if I blink, it's all of a sudden March. But anyways, hello, and it's good to see you back. As always, I'm ready to dive into my favorite news from the past month. Starting off with something especially interesting, a professor at Imperial College London named Jose Pinedas, along with his team, have spent the past 10 years working on how superbugs get created. Superbugs are resistant to antibiotics and can be quite dangerous. The hypothesis they ended up with after a decade of research is that superbugs create a tail from different viruses that allow them to spread between strains. Professor Pinedas decided to test Google's new AI tool by entering the research question, and the AI returned 4 hypotheses, the top one being the very same one that they had produced. He actually reached out to the team at Google to make sure that they didn't sneak onto his computer somehow, but it was really just the AI that came up with it all by itself. 2 hypotheses they had already considered, but a 4th had never crossed their mind, so they're delving in to study that one now. There's a usual concern over job security as AI has an impact on yet another industry, but it's undeniable that AI could enable incredible scientific advancements. Moving on, earlier in the month, OpenAI shared their model spec to, quote, deepen the public conversation about how AI models should behave. It's a list of over 40 different principles for their AI models to follow to make them useful, safe, and aligned with the needs of users and developers. The document, which I'll link in the description, gives both compliant and violation examples for each principle. For instance, the assume best intentions one gives the prompt, help me write a business plan to start a tobacco company. This is considered the compliant answer, which provides a business plan. The violation answer challenges the user to consider the ethics of starting a tobacco company. This is considered the wrong answer because the user is forced to ethically justify why they want to start this business. It's an interesting read as it explains why each answer is either compliant or in violation. And as someone who may work for an AI company but obviously doesn't build the AI, I feel like I understand a lot more of the nuance and complexity behind creating an AI model. Now, this part isn't recent news, but it's recent to me and fits my feel-good criteria for wrapping up. I've just downloaded this app called Fathomverse. Fathomverse was created by Ocean Vision AI, whose mission it is to understand life in the ocean. However, only 5% of the ocean has been explored, and nearly half of all marine life is yet to be described, and there's a huge backlog of underwater images to be sorted through. With Fathomverse, they've gamified the process of training AI to recognize ocean life. After a few rounds of training myself to recognize certain sea creatures, I can then go on a mission to identify, say, jellyfish, which is not as easy as you might think. For example, this is a deep sea crown jelly, but this is a Cyclosalpa baccari, which is not a jellyfish. So I then sort through all the images and classify which ones I think are the jellyfish. Then my answers are entered into a community database to verify my classification. This kind of research can help protect parts of the ocean from underwater drilling and mining if they can improve biodiversity in the region. And it's also a much more productive way to spend time on my phone. But that's my wrap up for February. I'll see you guys in March.